Welcome back. Well, we know the best books start with important conversations. My next guest has written one of those stories. Please welcome Ottawa author Kristin Howe, whose new novel, Unbound, explores resilience, healing, and the courage to reclaim her voice. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us. What inspired you to write this story?
So I'm actually a survivor of human trafficking myself. One of my core messages with my business, Inner Panda, is getting survivors to come forward and tell their own stories, to be able to reframe it so that way it's not just a tragic story, it's something that they grew through and it empowers them.
Okay, so we're going to get back to the book, but let's talk about your platform first. When did you start that platform?
About 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
But with that platform itself, it kind of felt only fair that I also tell my story.
Yes, you did. So when you started the platform, were you just astounded by the amount of people that engaged in it?
So actually, no, it was actually a very slow start. It still is, just in the sense, but I was in touch with a local grandmother, Indigenous grandmother here, and she told me that as a survivor, it's my job to come forward and help tell the stories of others, of those who can't, and also that it's important to get my story myself out there.
Okay, so your story lives in the main character, Piper.
It does.
Yeah, can you tell us a bit about her?
So Piper is a mother going through therapy, trying to figure out how to navigate EMDR as well as being a mom all at the same time. So it's a bit of back and forth with time, and it goes through that present day issues of therapies like EMDR, which just kind of breaks open your mind and creates this whole new experience in the world.
Really, eh? So what does EMDR stand for?
EMDR is eye movement desensitization something.
Okay, we're going to look that up. No, it's very interesting. No. So did you know when you were going into therapy that this is what you were getting into, or was it something they thought would be a great idea?
Initially, no. I actually learned through a family member about this therapy, and it just so happened that my therapist went through the training right along the time frame that I was ready to start it, so it was kind of meant to be.
Yeah, I think you've done a lot of things that are meant to be in only 2 years. Yeah. So do you feel like this sort of passage or this journey of being able to tell your story is similar to any story that somebody who has suffered any type of trauma in their lifestyle, and then in their life, and then you realize that that's something you want to work through because you have your own children? Exactly.
And I mean, I'm hoping through Piper and the other characters that are in it, everybody can find a piece of themselves. And I mean, as much as it is a dark story and a tragic story, ultimately the message is of resilience, of hope. It's being able to find those things within those dark moments and realizing that, you know, if you look for it, there is always some guidance of love within your life.
And did you feel that before you told this story?
It took me a little while to see it. It did. It gradually came. Yeah. And honestly, writing this book itself was a healing journey all on its own.
Human trafficking is bigger than people know in Ottawa, the city of Ottawa, and across Canada. Did you touch on that a bit in your story to let people realize that it really is out our front doors?
I really did try to keep it as real as possible and to show the fact that it is completely unseen.
Yeah.
Even my daughter, you know, we were having a conversation the other day and she said to me, well, weren't they around when all of this was happening? And I was like, it's amazing what can happen behind closed doors.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that people are so scared to come forward and talk about that it just flies under the radar.
Yeah.
And that's one of my biggest hopes in telling my own story, is that I'm able to help others to see those consistencies within themselves, that they're able to say, hey, it's time for me to come forward and talk about it, because that's the only way we're going to have a brighter future with it.
Yeah, and when did this book come out?
About 2 weeks ago now.
2 weeks ago, everybody at home, 2 weeks ago. Where can people find this book?
It is on Amazon as well as innerpanda.ca.
Yeah.
And which is where you can find Project Raven, which is getting other survivors to come forward and tell their stories. And yeah.
And so some of the people, some of the characters in the story, these are the characters that you went through life with?
Yes, they are.
And they were happy to share their stories as well?
Unfortunately, the key ones that are listed are no longer with us.
Sorry.
But it was an honor to be able to tell their stories, and the folks that are still around were more than happy to let me go through my healing process and share my own journey and grow from that. And that was kind of the main messaging that I received from everybody involved was as long as you are on your healing path, go forward.
Yeah, and how long did it take you to write this book?
3 years, 3 months.
3 years.
I've got a weird thing with numerology.
Okay, that's good. Well, I think all things for a reason, too.
Exactly.
Yeah. And how old are your kids today?
My oldest is 9 and my youngest is 5.
Okay.
She's turning 6 in about a couple weeks, so.
Okay, they're happy that summer's around.
They absolutely are.
Yeah, and do you feel like having read this book, did you feel the lightness for yourself, hopefully for the people reading?
Hopefully, for myself, honestly, it was a journey of going through the healing as I was writing it.
Yeah.
And the moment that pen kind of hit the final moment, it was like, oh, I feel so much lighter. And it's just this miraculous feeling of life.
Yeah. In writing the book, did you have to go back to parts of your story and talk to people and make sure that you had it right, or did you feel like it was right from the start as soon as you started writing?
I actually went through an entire adventure of looking for police reports, child worker paperwork, court records. I worked very hard to try and prove myself right, and ultimately it became this goose hunt or egg hunt, whatever you want to call it.
It was a hunt.
It was a hunt.
Yeah. Did you get the answers?
I didn't, but I decided that I'm going to tell my story in the way that my brain is telling me that it happened, and that's apparently what I need to process. So let's just process that and figure it all out.
I think that's part of how our brain works too, right? We want to find out if there's something that we missed out, which is actually lovely for you to do, but it is your experience.
Exactly.
So when readers pick up this book, what do you want them to know before they read, or what do you want them to get from it when they read?
Most importantly, I think, is number one, everybody should take care of their mental health first. It is a triggering story. It is something that brings up a lot of personal memories. There's actually a space in the back where you can journal.
That's great.
So, as you're going through the story, that I do encourage that people take the time to actually process what's going on. And if they are triggered, look within their heart of what it is that's triggered within them, because ultimately care of themselves is most important. But ultimately, with the story, the hope is for people to see a trail of resilience and hope and love within it, and to be able to see the growth of Piper as an individual.
Yeah, and Piper has some good friends in here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Four-legged and two, so it kind of shows that, love and hope comes in all different shapes and forms.
I am really so happy that you came to the studio to share this with us at Ottawa in the Know. This is definitely a summer read, and I think it's something that people do need to know more about, because it is a story that you just say it kind of is a little bit under the rug. It's not out in the open like it should be.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to contact you on panda.ca, is it easy to get in touch and have a chat with you?
Absolutely. I am available through InnerPanda at any point in time. And, as much as you want to talk about, as little, I am always open to hear people's stories, because that is the best way to grow together.
Yeah. And have you seen this, or the trafficking, the foundation of it hopefully breaking apart a little bit?
It's starting to.
Yeah. Is there something we could do as a community in the last minute? A couple of tips?
Honestly, take people for their word. If they say something's wrong, something's wrong. And if you suspect something's wrong, go with your gut. Okay. That's one of the biggest things that you can absolutely do, because ultimately, if somebody believes that's what is happening to them, something is happening that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for pouring it all into this book, Unbound, Kristin Howe. You got to pick it up on Amazon, or you can go to innerpanda.ca and get it there. I will be up with more summer reads that you don't want to miss.